Hey, folks, how's it going? Obviously, I can't hear or see any of you, but
Who are you asking? How is it going?
I don't know.
It's not a Zoom call. It's just me and you.
Just how are you, darling?
Oh, I don't even know where I am. I'm in the back of my car on a service station somewhere. But
Like a right dogger.
the calls never stop, do they? The calls never stop. So today, some big news, and I wanted to find out some more about it. So I was going to ask you, and then I thought, well, we might as well just hopscotch on here, and I can interrogate you live, because I think if I'm the if I've got questions here, I'm not going to be the only one. So,
I've got questions as well. I don't have all the answers.
oh well,
So
this is an absolute waste of everyone's time, then, isn't it?
165 of you live right now. Sorry, about to waste all your time.
So, come on then, talk me through it. So the first thing is, what's happened today? What's the big news?
So Const has, or Jake has put out an announcement on the Bittensor Discord. So for those of you not, if you're in town and you're not in the Bittensor Discord, I really would recommend getting on it, because if you really want the alpha, as in the hot gen, like looking at the threads of all the different subnets is like 100% worthwhile if you're interested in a token. And in the announcements thread, this is where OTF, normally Jake, makes announcements. So for those of you, shall I read it out or not? Yeah, okay. So Jake says, update, we have temporarily reintroduced the subnet cap, setting it at 128 starting today. This means registering new subnets will not be possible until the cap is increased. Like previous limits we've applied during earlier stages of Bittensor's growth, this cap is intended to reduce noise and improve the quality of technologies being built on the network. With this checkpoint in place, we aim to explore more deeply how scaling impacts Bittensor's core infrastructure and how to smoothly scale the network towards thousands of subnets in the years ahead. We expect this temporary limit to give Bittensor's moderators, community members, and researchers more time to engage with the Cambrian explosion of innovation and community growth we've witnessed over the last 4 months of rapid expansion. Onwards, const.
Well, you've passed your reading exam. If only there was a way that we could, bring stuff onto the screen. If we've got software that was good enough to do that, and we knew how to do it, then we'd be dangerous if we knew how to do stuff. Dangerous.
I know.
I
can do this though.
Here. Let's not do that. First question is, who is this guy that's making these decisions? I thought we'd all bought into some sort of decentralized future, and now it seems there's a center to it.
Yeah, it's a decentralizing future, and I think that's the key thing here. So, like leadership within early projects, I think is very important here. So, like we've seen how Ethereum took off, it went stratospheric, and then turned into a big bag of balls. It's absolute garbage, and we've seen leadership breakdowns in there, and even in my old favorite project, Casper, such a great project. The tech is unreal. But they've literally just had a total leadership team like catastrophe. And so I think for projects, you do need in my opinion, this is just my opinion, not DSV's opinion. I do think early stage protocols need a benevolent dictator. Someone that can course correct and steer and guide, whilst like a parent does with the kids. Eventually, the parents are like, right, I'm off. And when the kid is competent and dependent enough, they can bugger off home, if that makes sense. And I think OTF, so the Open Tensor Foundation, is, in my view, the parents of Bittensor. And Bittensor's 3 years old, or I think in equivalent terms, probably 8 to maybe 13 years old, if it were like a human child. But it's a human child that's growing rapidly.
Okay.
So Bittensor is a decentralizing protocol.
Got it. Hey, can we turn that bar off? I find that really distracting.
Really distracting. Okay.
These are the two guys that we met out in Paris at Proof of Talk. Those are the parents.
Yes. Yeah. Ala and Jake.
Okay.
I
That
guess
sounds
who's the money in this?
and what they've done today then is they've come out and said we're going to cap it at 128,
Yeah,
and that he said it's temporary. So, what's your take on this? I mean, we're actually capped because there's already 128, so it's basically like we've capped it. So there's basically forget the cap. It's like we're not registering any more subnets until further notice.
yeah. We don't have any optics on how long this will take. I mean, it's probably going to be a couple of months, maybe. But I, the other question which I asked on the thing is there going to be a dereg? So typically in the past, when we've had subnet caps, originally it was 32, and then it went up. Is that you also had subnet deregistration? So non-performant subnets could literally just get kicked off. And I thought that was great. And I used to absolutely love that because, the first 64, sorry. It meant that, your reputation or like you had to ship something, you had to show the validators at the time that, no, we're worthy of your emissions. There is no dereg here. So it doesn't, yes, it's going to help Bittensor consolidate whatever the hell's going on at the moment with every subnet. But still, as of right now, just over 10% of all subnets are still unknown. So if you go to Talstats and look at the drop down, I think there's like 16 unknown. And there's a few more that are soon to be launched, like Subnet 5, Open Kaito. We know that's JJ's product. He's going to launch it sometime soon. So hopefully this little sort of cap will help get, at least be a minor forcing function for these unknowns to just freaking do something.
So you think it's a good thing?
Oh, yeah, I think it's a really good thing. If I had it my way, I'd put deregs in as well. Like, I want to, like, Bittensor is this lovely engine which isn't firing on all cylinders at the moment. And so getting rid of these unknown subnets, I think, will be a good thing. Now, admittedly, some of these unknowns are probably just brand new startups or brand new subnets that are legitimate, but they're just getting going. Like when you're setting up a subnet, it's like setting up a brand new startup, an AI startup, and then you're immediately listing on the NASDAQ on day one when you haven't got your shit sorted, you haven't got a product, you're barely just coagulated a team. And so it is like Will from Macrocosmos. It's like you're being born into a baptism of fire. He said something like that. So yeah, some teams will take longer to get going than others, but yeah, I think this is good. But it doesn't mean that aspiring subnet owners can never join. I think if you are an aspiring subnet owner, treat this as a magic pause for you. You can get your ducks in a row. The timeline for you has paused. You can get your stuff all in order so that when this cap is lifted, boom, you can get out there, register, and get shipping quickly. And that's how you get trust and attention and eyeballs and all that sort of stuff.
When a new subnet goes live, do they immediately get a share of emissions?
No, not until the start call function happens, and then even then, and that's when the chart price just goes close to zero, and then you have that crazy volatility for 1 to 3 weeks. But even then, like look at the emissions on Talstats or Tal.app, it's like negligible. So to begin with,
and most people are going to be interested. A lot of people are going to be interested in the value that flows back up to Tau. Do you think that comes from, and I think I know the answer to this, is that going to come from the volume of subnets or from the quality of subnets, or is it going to be a balance of the two?
I think the quality. Like, what do you think?
Well, I assume a balance of the two, because if there's only one subnet, then there'll be pointless to the relationship, wouldn't it? There needs to be quite a volume of subnets, but the quality of those subnets makes a big difference. I think what everyone's waiting for is that kind of breakout subnet, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, if we take things to the limit with that previous question, Solana, that is a pure volume thing. Look at Pump Fund. So Pump.fun is on Solana. You can create a shitcoin in like 5 minutes, costing you nothing. And so, there's some stupid
And
stat,
then
millions
make
per day.
then make
Sorry?
one for your wife the following day,
Sorry?
and then make one for your wife the following day. Shitcoins.
Shitcoins.
You make one for yourself, and then you do your wife's the following day.
Sorry, Trump. Yes. Sorry. I'm a bit slow today.
I see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I know. Okay, so for you then the cap is a really good thing, because that's going to force, because we've seen some really low price subnets being sold in the last few days, haven't we?
Yeah.
So that
I think it's good. Like, we need quality, because there's still, like, Bittensor is relatively unheard of in the main world. I mean, I still bump into people that still don't know what Bitcoin is, and one of the questions a lot of these people go, well, what does Bittensor do? And so obviously that I then go straight into the subnets. This subnet does this, blah blah blah. Like, what you don't want is 50,000 useless subnets doing jack shit. I'd rather 100
yeah,
epic.
when someone's asking about what it is, then your natural thing to do is you go to a couple of subnets that you think they're going to be able to understand, and you articulate those, and it is the quality piece. Okay, so what's your best guess in terms of how long the cap's going to stay in place for, and what they're going to be looking for before they lift it?
No idea. Absolutely no idea.
Is it being kept before?
Yeah, they have done. It's pre-detail there were caps, post-detail there were caps. So this is
How
nothing.
long before? Weeks, months, days?
2 or 3 months. Yeah, 2 or 3 months, let's say. But the other point I wanted to make was that I don't say that I'm in crypto anymore when I meet people. I'm in decentralized AI, and like Bittensor happens to sit on this motorway and it's straddling the crypto lane, the AI lane, and also the VC/PE lane. And the real growth of Bittensor is not retail. I couldn't give a shit if retail was in Bittensor or not. It is not the TAO's main forcing function upwards. I genuinely believe, and the deeper we get into this as DSP, I'm like, holy shit, Bittensor is for the smart money. And like all the smart money conversations we're having, with like God knows how many Zooms we're having every week, it's a very deep walleted people, and they're interested in the subnets because it's because of that the VC road. They're like, these are decentralized AI startups, and all the PE VC people are looking at these going, holy shit. Like, we literally just had a chat with Dippy, and I don't want to share too much of that, but like the potential upside there is relatively huge, because they're literally going head to head against Character.ai, which got gobbled up. And so other VCs will be like, wait a minute. They look at the growth of Character AI to 1 million monthly revenue, etc., or annual revenue, and then they look at, say, Dippy's trajectory, and it's much steeper in almost every way. Even the length of time a user's on their app. So
it's easier to get your head around what a subnet does and where that value is than it is to get your head around the whole ecosystem and how that all works and where the value comes down to. And I'm buying this thing that's alpha, but it's not shares in the thing, and I don't know what's going to happen when the revenue flows in. It's easier to go, oh, they're doing that. Crikey, I want a bit of that action. Yeah,
exactly.
I see that. Cool. Okay.
What do you think, mate? Good or bad thing? As in the capping?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I am going to take your word for it as a good thing. We do talk to a lot of subnets, and I always like to talk to the subnets that I think are doing something that's really good, and they've got a really clear vision for where they're going, and they have perhaps got, if not revenue, which most of them haven't got right now, they've got a roadmap for bringing revenue into the subnet, and we think that they've got something that has got a value to a lot of people. People are going to pay for that, and we understand what's going to flow in, if not when, and we believe in the team to deliver on that. So we're performing like a VC role, really, in terms of we're looking for the teams and the opportunities that are doing great things. And in that respect, yeah, I am pleased that there is a cap, because otherwise our diaries would fill up even more. And like with a cap in place, it seems likely that when we're having a conversation with a subnet owner, it's likely to be a better caliber conversation with a more serious player than it would be if there were 1,000 subnets and we had to try and have conversations with all of them, and the price of the subnet's gone down and the caliber goes down with it. So in that respect, from a very personal and selfish perspective, yeah, I'm pleased as punch that we've probably only got about 30 left to talk to.
Yeah, and again, from another personal perspective or selfish perspective, like, as you know, I have zero life. I just sit in this chair all day, just looking at subnets. And like you've seen the list, we have this massive like due diligence list, of like checklist of everything that I go through with each subnet. I do that on every freaking subnet every 2 weeks, and so. Like, and I am behind the curve. Like, I haven't even got to like the subnets in the 80s, 90s yet, just because they're new and whatnot. But this is a delightful pause. Also, yeah, go for it. No.
Mine was just rubbish. You go.
Mine was even more rubbish, because I was going to say, guess what?
What? Oh, time's up. I was going to say, at least you haven't got to spend time watering that tree. What's that all about?
I'm in an Airbnb at the moment, and it's fake.
No, I just won't have it. You're in Airbnb. I'm in the back of my car on an M1 service station. What a glamorous life it is that we.
I know, I'm homeless. So
You're homeless. I'm going home. When's our next revenue search proper, with proper guests and not just me and you shooting the breeze?
Oh, I thought you would never ask, and you know, is this a hey? At least I've pre-prepared. There we go.
That, mate.
Yeah.
You've excelled yourself there. I'm really proud of you. That's wonderful.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
That's really good. So, 3:00 on the 30th. That's Monday. So we're back on Monday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Unless we decide
Sorry?
Unless we decide we're going to hop on in the interim. We've got 2 on Tuesday.
I had a lovely chat with.
Gosh, hey, listen.
No, I was going to say I had a lovely chat with Kesian from Hashtensor this morning, and I was like, dude, you've got to get on revenue search. People need to know more about you. So, because there's, you know, with a new subnet, there's a lot of like, is this a scam? Is it blah blah blah? So, I don't think subnet 16 is a scam or a rug pull or whatever. I think it has a genuine shot. So I think people need to at least give them a good look. So, and for subnet 63 quantum, if you're there, please reach out to us. I'm itching to have you guys on, because I know you're a proper hardcore quantum team. So,
if you are one of the 443 people that are still watching us this far into our 15-minute live stream, then stick a comment on. Tell us how we're going, or email. My email is mark@dsvfund.com. Send us some feedback in. Tell us what you'd like to see, who you'd like to see, how we could make this better, whether you think we're asking the right questions, the wrong questions, and if Siam should put some decorations on that tree so it feels like it's Christmas all year.
We're moving out here in a few weeks, so all's good.
Good.
All done. Gotta love you and leave you. Cheerio, folks.